All right. Hello, and welcome back to Live with Tay and Serena Renee. I am one of your hosts, Serena Renee, and if you are joining us for the first time, Tay and I created this space to have candid conversations about our everyday experiences. If you would like to be the first to know about our lives and catch them when they start, you guys can follow us in a few places. You can go over on Facebook and like us at Tay and Rena Live, and you can also find us on YouTube, which at this moment I cannot remember exactly what the link is, but as soon as Tay comes on, she can get that information for you. And if you are watching the replay, please feel free to like, comment, and share with all of your friends. Hey girl, hey.
Hey boo, what's going on?
What's not going on? Is an easier question.
We didn't even do our deep breathing before
I
we
know
started.
before we started, I know we kind of needed it today, but it's all right. We can hit a few deep breathing exercises here on the internet. Hey plant,
Look at that new leaf. Look how big
it
she
looks
is.
beautiful. I
I think
love
she's about to be so tall. Like she
it. It
about to
looks
be a
so good.
nice. Like I think I got a little hooper. I think I got a little hooper.
Yes, I love
Yes.
it. I love it. My babies are hatching as well too. I have new babies coming, but yes. Okay. Hey, Julius over on Instagram. Hey, Sonia Custom Designs on Instagram. How are you?
Hey, let's call Julius by his Instagram name so people can hear it on the
Oh, I'm
replay.
sorry. Crazy Hustle.
Okay.
Hey.
um,
Yes.
this is a big day for us, so we're pivoting a little bit. I mean, I feel like we talk about so many things.
Oh. Well, while we're waiting for Tavy to pick up her phone. Listen, if y'all need a videographer, make sure y'all
Okay.
hit up Crazy Hustle. He's in the comments right now. This dude is amazing when it comes to videography. Okay, so
Like
okay.
impressive. Also, Serena, you can go ahead and pin that comment. Okay, I pin that
Oh
title. So
yes.
we're talking about launching a physical product. So recently, like literally last week, like this time last week, like an hour and a half later, Serena launched her highly textured chakra. Wait. Crown chakra line. And like I'm like, girl, tell me about this because I really want to know like how how you did this. Because right now, guys, if you have not noticed, Black business is like where it's
Booming.
at, booming.
Okay.
People are supportive and like no other way, jumping at it. It's no more, at least from my experience, what's the family discount? We've been knowing each other this long. Like people not even asking.
Nah,
People just like, that's your price. All right.
nah.
Either I can afford it or I can't afford it. That's it.
Absolutely.
And
And that's the way
so
we should have been operating from day one. But we
my
growing.
my nose is shiny.
It's okay, boo.
Is it
It's
still
okay.
shiny? It's still shiny,
I
damn.
didn't think it was shiny at first, but I think you look great.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Thanks, Boo. Serena, for old time's sake, and since you look like you ain't slept, can you can you sing a song for us?
Girl, what we singing today?
Um, I don't
Uh,
know.
I
I
need
want,
something. I need something that
what's
got to
the
do with
vibe you
making
on?
money. Money, checking numbers. Spend the
Okay.
check and get it right back. Hey, spend the check and get it right back. Spend that. Hey, spend that. Hey, spend that.
I don't know that song, but I'm
Hey,
gonna
but
do
you
this
gon'
dance.
move. Hey.
Hey. Is that a new song?
It's called Spin It, and it's not new, but it is. I think it came out like last year or the year before. Don't ask me because I don't never know what's really going on. I be finding out about songs after they've been out for like 6 months, so don't nobody judge me on when that song actually came out. Don't
Girl,
quote me.
songs. Before we jump in it, I heard this song like last month, and it's like I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it. And then so I'm singing the song on the phone with my girlfriend. She was like, "Oh, talking about the song." I'm like, "Yeah, it was on the radio." She's like, "On the radio?" She was like, "That's from Love and Hip Hop or something like
Years ago.
years ago." I said, "I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. I have no idea." And I'm over here like, "It's new, girl." She was a hoe, like, like singing this
That song
song.
was horrible.
I like it. I
I
like
mean, she
it.
admitting it, so
I was like, she's like, "Cause I did the shit. I was like, you can't poo poo nobody walking in their truth.
Listen,
Like,
okay.
if they just gonna tell you, if they just gonna be honest, just gonna be honest.
Tell your own story, sis. Don't
So
give nobody else's storyline.
whoever sings that song, I hope you're making lots of money about your, recapping your life. Whoever you are, good job.
Really quick, on
Instagram,
Mom says it's a bad delay. I'm going to go out and come back in. If you guys are having a delay on Instagram, can you put 1 in the comments, please? If you're having a delay, if everything is running smooth, can you drop a 2 to let us know? Because it looks pretty good on this end.
Yeah, I think we're good on my end. Okay. So, all right. So we're going to talk about launching a physical product. We have some questions, sis. Like, we want to know what's going on. Actually, I should have checked my freaking Instagram because I opened it up for questions. I should have checked before we got on, but I didn't.
Let me tell y'all, sis threw me in the fire today. Okay, I knew what we was talking about, but I didn't know I was gonna have questions. When I seen the box, I was like, "Oh, people asking me stuff today," but it's cool.
I think we can just start off with, like, what's the first thing? Thanks, Crazy Hustle. I see that number too.
Thank you.
What's the first thing that we need to know? Like, what's the first thing you did when you were like, okay, I'm launching a physical product? And I know this is not your first launch. Mm-hmm. So let's, like, tell me, like, what's the first thing? What was something that you did different from the last launch? Just the one big thing that you did different.
One big thing that I did different is I chose to do a restock and give people, I chose to do a restock, meaning I don't have my website open 24 hours. I have a date that I'm restocking, and then you guys are able to purchase when that date drops. And the reason why I had to do that, because I am one person right now. And although I have an employee, it's only just us two. So I'm really not in a place to have my website open 24 hours because I have other things to tend to. I'm full-time behind the chair. I'm manufacturing in my own product line. On top of that, I'm teaching. I have to eat, like I have to sleep. There's like so much going on. So I could no longer leave my website to just be open whenever. Because who knows? I could be in California and somebody places an order and I'm like, shit, well, now I got to order this.
Hey, Political Blend.
Hey. Is that Puerto Rico?
He got the Puerto Rican hair.
The Puerto Rican hair with the Indian in his family.
Yes, that's him. That's my friend Mike. That's him. I want to know this though, Rena. So you're telling me that the website's closed? You only had it open for one day?
No, it's open. So here's the thing. I did the restock date and I filled a certain amount of bottles so that the inventory is plugged in online, and once it sells out, it sells out. And then I'll restock again. So for me, when I tell you this made everything run so smoothly, because normally when I'm preparing, first of all, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'll wait to the last minute and I'm like, oh, it's just like 5 body butters and it's just, 12 leave-ins, but you don't realize how much work that is. I got to take the bottles out, sanitize them, wait for them to dry. I ain't calculate that wait for them to dry part because I can't have no pieces of water or nothing in my bottles when I fill them. Then I got to put them in a bag. I'm out here. I don't have no machine yet. So we looking like an icing bag right now, putting everything into these bottles. So it was, you think it's not a lot, but when it comes down to it and it's only you doing it, it's a lot. So I feel like this was the first time that I was breathing. I was calm. Like I got the chance to watch my orders come in. It don't normally happen like that. Normally I'm all over the place. So this time, the one big thing that I did was do the restock instead of having the website open all the time.
I think that's good. So we're talking about, if you're just jumping in, we're talking about what does it take to launch a physical product? Like, what's the behind the scenes stuff? Because Serina launched her Highly Textured Crown Chakra line this time last week, and we're like, what happened, girl? Because we've been seeing all the stories and we want details. So if I didn't even ask you this, what is the Crown Chakra line? Like, what is it? What is this?
Okay, so just to clarify, this wasn't necessarily a launch. My products have actually already been out, but this was more so a restock, and there was a few branding. There was a lot of different branding that happened. Hey, Spooky.
And Spooky and Busy
Yes.
and Carol,
Hey
Richie,
y'all.
Bespoke Hair. Hey girl.
Yes, but so basically it's actually called the chakra therapy line. And it is
where did I get Crown from?
Because that's the name of the shampoo. So you
that's the one I like.
Yes, that's the one you like. The shampoo and conditioner is the Crown Chakra shampoo and conditioner. But anyway, the chakra therapy line is a system. It's the shampoo, conditioner, a leave-in, and a gel. So you have your 2 products that you're going to cleanse and condition your hair with, and then you have the other 2 styling products that you're going to style your hair with. So all 4 of these come in a kit, but each name has there's a specific meaning to each name. So if you look at the shampoo and conditioner, that one says Crown Chakra. Chose that one because your crown chakra, everything happens in the mind first. Since we're dealing with hair, that's where we need to start. That's our foundation. So our leave-in conditioner, it has the name Nirvana on it, which is like the highest state of consciousness that you can kind of get to. It's basically like
being. So it's not just Kurt Cobain, like.
Nope.
Okay.
We got a lot of there's a lot of symbolic meanings in here. So, and that's another thing. I'm so glad that you asked me about that, because now that I created this system, I'm able to focus on the education behind my brand, because there's a lot of people that have my shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in, and they have no idea the names. They're not even reading to know what those names mean. But this is the reason why we should have a system, so that me, the owner, I can focus on people really understanding the story behind my brand and not packing and shipping and stuff. You get what I mean?
So what you did was you did a restock.
Yeah.
Initially you already had some labels done. Where did you make your first labels at?
Y'all.
Where did you make your first labels?
Y'all want to know something funny? And I'm gonna post it. My first bottle, my first label was handwritten. And my first bottle, y'all want to know where I got it from? It was, them little bubbles that you get from the dollar store.
That's what those were?
That was bubbles, girl.
Did you just wash the bubbles out?
I sure did. I washed them out and sanitized the bottles.
I remember those bottles.
Girl, and then I had the nerve. Let me tell you what I had the nerve to do. Is to get some cute little tape to wrap around the base of it and wrote a little note and tied it on the side. Girl, I found the picture in my Google Photos in my cloud, and I was like, oh my God.
And that was just last year, wasn't it? Just last year?
That was 2 years ago.
Oh, that was 2 years ago.
I started selling to the public last year, but I really have been working on this for 2 years. I said I had and I had it set up in the salon in my suites.
You had them bubble jars set up in the
salon? Girl. But it's okay, because people start asking. It was like, what is that?
What's in those bubbles?
Listen, and look at where we at now. Packaging completely different.
Look, I was mailed one of those bubble jars, y'all. I was a tester head. And I called and I said, girl, don't put no coconut oil in that no more.
Listen, but you got to start somewhere. Listen.
Well, no, yeah. You sent it out to people you knew, and you was like, does this itch? And we was all sacrificing our scalps. And it probably wasn't the coconut oil. It was probably the bubbles.
It probably was. Or the plastic. Because that's another thing. See, that's why we need to dive into these questions, because the plastic and all of that stuff makes a difference on how.
All right, I'm not too packaging yet. I'm just at the labels. So we got, you used to some ghetto labels, and now we are 2020. Where do our labels come from?
Our labels come from a Black-owned company that I'm going to post. I was using Firm Print Productions. They're here in Margate. So I had them do my printing. So that's how that happened. And then I will say the designs did come from, her name is Kendrea. She was the first one to do my official, like my first set. I'm going to say set, because I by the time we get done, I'm going to have 3 sets of official upgrades. We're going to call it that. So the first go around, Kendrea made those. And she did an amazing job. The outlining, everything was beautiful. The only issue was when we went to go print, I had issues with the printing company understanding how they were saved, and I couldn't read anything. So when I tell y'all I was selling products that you can only read that it said shampoo and conditioner, and you couldn't see none of the ingredients. You couldn't see nothing, y'all. Like none.
Yeah, she definitely came a long way, Crazy Hustle, because I also remember those labels. I
How
did.
can you not?
Yes, there were lots of phone calls about those labels. So who made the final labels that we're buying right now?
I actually made the ones we're buying, and these aren't even the final ones. There is a girl who is working on rebranding for me, but she had a baby. So she's on maternity leave, and they were not going to be ready by the time that I launched. So I had to take things into my own hands and put my little skills together and get on Canva and figure it out.
Canva. Okay, so Canva.
My life.
Canva is one of the pieces in my toolkit on my website, because like people don't really know, like they be coming through. Even as someone, if you can use Canva like you are a designer, that's where you can get the bang for your buck. Like don't use it like, like you on MySpace. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. So okay, so we got our Canva labels now. We're waiting on the next one. So we had to have a container to put it in. We're not using the bubbles no more.
Nope.
How are we finding containers? And like, is there some special information we need to know before we even start looking?
Yes. So I would say, first of all, you need to know what product you're going to be selling. Let's say that you already have your product already ready.
Just tell us what you did.
Okay. So originally, I went from bubbles to dollar store bottles. Yes, dollar store bottles. And then after that, I was ordering online. And I finally found, because I met a guy, I just so happened to be in the beauty supply store, and I met it was another Black guy, and he was doing inventory. So we started talking, and he actually had one of his products on the shelf. He's like, listen, get my number, whatever, if you need help. Just so happens he randomly reaches out to me and says, you need to test how your products work in whatever packaging that you're sending them in. He said, all plastic is not created equal, and you want to make sure that the package can withstand whatever you're putting in it, and to make sure that the plastic is not going to contaminate your products. So that's a whole nother conversation. You guys ever see like PTE grade plastic, and then there's like JE whatever? You'll see all these little names. Well, all of those are made from different substances, and different substances they react differently to certain products. So if you got a product that got a pH level that's on like a 2 or a 3, kind of on the acidic side, these are the type of things that you want to pay attention to, because at one point my flaxseed was exploding because of the bottles that I had.
Okay, so all right, so did anybody's flaxseed explode? If you ordered, let us know. If that was you, come through.
I feel like I've already kind of, reached out to them people, but that was a while ago. But yes, that kept happening to me. And plastic absorbs.
It's porous.
It's very porous, so it will start to absorb your product. And then temperature. What's the temperature that these products are going to be sitting in? Because that will also alter your bottles as well too.
So are we talking those long, tall 8-ounce ones? Those are from the dollar store?
No. It was the shorter ones that I was putting the trial sizes in, the old kits.
Okay.
Those were the ones that used to come from the dollar store. But yeah, the bottles that I have now, they're PTE. They have like a heat resistant for up to like 500, degrees Fahrenheit. They are actually refillable. So that'll be another thing that we're going to be launching soon, is to tell you guys how you can refill your bottles, because we care about the environment over here at Highly Textured.
Okay, so I mean, it has certain materials are not refillable. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, certain materials, once you use them, you should toss them.
Oh, okay.
They're not made to withhold all of that.
Well, that's new. Okay. All right. So we got our labels, we got our bottles, we made our product already, because we already got that formula, and we tested it already. Mm-hmm. Now,
please test our product.
Yes, send it to your friends and see if their scalp itch. And given my scalp was itching is because coconut oil makes me itch. It wasn't like Serina's stuff that was itchy. It was just the coconut oil. It just makes me so itchy. I don't know why. All right, so that's all done, and now we have to, I guess, how are we selling it? Like, where, like in the beginning, how are people buying from you?
So it was more so word of mouth. My guests that were already coming to me, they were my first like guinea pigs. Of course, I was using them behind the chair, and they were the first to purchase. After that is when I kind of took it to social media. But the problem was I wasn't consistent with social media. You got to stay in these people's face because they following so many people, and there's somebody new that's launching a product every day. If you don't stay in these people's face, they're gonna forget about you. And unless they're already hooked on the product. Now, my people that's hooked, they ain't forgetting nothing. But for the other people that's new that I want to try my product, you got to stay in these people's face. So it was more so word of mouth and Instagram. And I do have a website. You got to have a website because people always, that's the first thing that they ask is, where's your website? So I would say that needs to be done before you launch, even if it's something simple. I started with Squarespace, Square Up or something like that. Girl, I didn't even have, I had the end of my URL, you got to start where you can. But Square is an amazing place for you to start. But now I'm on Wix and I love them. Hey, Audrey. Hey, next
all right. So now people go to your ghetto website.
It ain't ghetto no more.
Okay. It's not ghetto no more. Okay, so they go to your website and they buy. And how are we shipping? What's the shipping tips? Like, what do we need to do? We got about like 10, 15 more minutes in the game in here.
10 more minutes because I do have to finish shipping. I would say I was using USPS straight at first, like literally going to the website and doing click and ship. Which was the most stressful thing in the world because every single last order I have to type in the address, where it's going, the name. I gotta plug in all this stuff. Girl, I just so happened to be on my dashboard of Wix and seeing an option that said create shipping label, and I was like, all this time I've been putting in all this information, and then I didn't have a shipping printer. I just got that. Had a regular printer, so
you had to cut it out.
The girl was over here printing. First of all, filling all this information. Second, printing it on regular paper and then taping it on top of the.
I seen that story. You got that little square, this little piece of paper just coming out like. I said, okay.
Because I'm like, I just hit create a shipping label and it does everything for me.
Can we get a heart for the shipping label printer? Shout out to Natasha Nedrick and I see you, Mom Khalik Boutique. You said dang tay. Look, Serina knows she done came a long way, and it's fun to laugh about it now. Okay, it's fun because even sometimes in the moment when she's calling me about stuff. I'm like, we still laughing about it. Like, well, it's going to work right now. So.
Fact. Show enough. Because guess what? You want to go back to labels now. Let me tell y'all this. I sent my labels off perfectly. But the printing man accidentally moved over the word peach on y'all's body oil. So if you really look at it closely, see, I didn't catch it right away and nobody else caught it. But if you look at it, the peach is all the way over here. And I was like, you know what? We're not doing this. I told myself, I said,
yeah, so it's not about, I think I like that. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. If you're better than you were last time, then that's all you can wish for. Because you're never going to jump to like, level 100 just instant.
Inside is the bomb and that's it. Okay. Listen, and let me tell you, if your product is bomb, people ain't gonna give no damn about none of that packaging. Let me tell you, I got a homegirl. She sells soap. Her soap so good. Them people don't care if they wrap it in a brown paper bag. They don't give a damn. They want their soap and they want it on time. They don't care nothing about that packaging. They want their damn soap. So although packaging is important, don't get too hung up. If that's the only word of advice I can give y'all today, do not get hung up on everything being perfect, because that's me. I am a perfectionist, and I will overthink myself into a rabbit hole that never ends. It's never going to be perfect. I'm not going to say it's never going to be perfect. You'll get there, but not right now.
All right. Well, I want to say,
right
my mom is on YouTube being a boss chick as she is, and she is saying great things. She says website, yes, I'm asked often. That's her being funny, because you know I'm supposed to build her website and she's trying to be funny about it. She's saying I have shipping labels. She said yes, test. Definitely do that. And then you were cutting in and out, so that could have been because someone was calling. We have 24K Diamond. Oh, sorry, my mom's name's Gervais. She's a Bare Body Butter. She's the boss chick. And then we have 24K Diamond, also a boss chick, says she loves her Rolo printer, and she'll take her peach to the left anytime. And we talk about this all the time in our chats. Definitely. And I'm assuming that must be like your guys' chats. I don't know. Shane called me.
Shut up.
No. Okay, so that printer. So here's the thing. Other than my dog barking right now, let's talk about your shipping everything, but you have the labels. So apparently labels are bigger than I even expected. So you would recommend, how much is one of those little label printers? You recommend buying those from Jump?
Yes. They will make your life so much easier.
Okay.
I literally peel and stick, and that's it. That other one, it's gonna print 3 pages afterwards, because it's gonna print it's like those printers are programmed for shipping. If you print on a regular printer, it's gonna print out a bunch of extra stuff. You gotta cut stuff out. It's
Pero cuántos dolores?
Okay. Now,
how much?
I went through Uline only because as a business, it's important to have specific accounts. So that one ran me about $200, like $190 something, but you can find it on Amazon for cheaper. My friend found it for like $160 something, or maybe even cheaper. Do your research.
Oh, it's expensive. You got to be serious.
But it's worth the investment because it's going to save you so much time.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have it in the beginning, that's fine. But just so you guys know, it saves you so much time.
I guess the question is, when sometimes you have more time than money, sometimes you have more money than time. How many packages are you shipping on a regular basis where you feel like at that point, now I need to have a regular amount? I mean, I need to have them.
At least, I pay anywhere at least between 45 to 50 packages or more.
Like a day or week or what? No.
Consistently. If you're consistently getting at least 40 to 50 packages, I would say go ahead and invest in the printer. If you're not yet to that point where you're kind of still at maybe like the 20 to 40 ball, I would keep doing what you're doing, because sometimes you need to plug in money elsewhere in other places that's more important. But for me, it was taking too much time. I had orders all over the floor that I'm over here trying to print out,
if it gets wet,
and tape. And when I say tape, I'm taping over. I'm putting rolls of the tape so then we have two.
Okay, I have a question for you and Diamond, since she's 24K Diamond who's on here. What brand for a label printer? What are you guys using?
Okay. I use Demo. How to pronounce it, but it's DY. That printer is super easy, but you do have to download the software before you plug it up to your computer. If not, it's not gonna work properly. Hey, J Money, what's up? Let's see. Mom says, I'm really proud of you guys. Thank you. We love you. I think that's a good investment for people, even if you're doing 20 orders a day is a lot. Definitely. If you're doing 20 orders a day, then yes. All I was saying is if you're doing them consistently. If you only got 20 orders for the month, then maybe not so. But if you're consistently getting that amount of orders, you should definitely go ahead and invest in that printer. Let me say one more thing else about the shipping. Make sure that you guys explore these platforms that you're using. For example, I'm using Wix. My other friend is using Shopify. They have different apps that you add into your website, like Shippo, or things like that. They actually give you cheaper rates when it comes to shipping. Okay. So that's going to save you a lot of money down the line by having those things in place. So definitely different shipping options that they have in there, and everything's linked to USPS, FedEx, whoever is out there.
Okay, so I want to read this comment. That I have a question, a couple final questions, maybe one or two. So Diamond says she is using Rollo as her printer, ROLLO, and it was $170 on Amazon. So she hit up with that 2-day shipping there. So if you need it immediately, then you can go that route. I want to ask you, what are you saying when you have a business, you want to use certain accounts? What are you saying with that?
Okay, so there's when it comes to building business credit, there's certain accounts that you want to have that are going to look good for your business. So you guys know, like, how with regular credit, they tell you, like, you need to have certain credit cards because those certain credit cards, they hold a certain standard or report to certain people, whatever. Mm-hmm. So with Uline is one of those type of companies. Uline allows you to either pay right away, or you can do their net 30 account where you have 30 days to pay your balance. It's like giving you a line of credit for the business. And this is going to come in handy, because there's going to be some days where you don't have $500-$600 to drop on things that you need, but having those type of accounts, you can. So Uline actually helped me out a lot with this restock, because now that I'm at a point where I'm filling bigger orders, I need bigger storage containers. So I have these big 5-gallon, they call them carboys, but they're 5-gallon containers that have spouts on them. So I can make a big batch of body oil or a big batch of shampoo and just come, turn it out. I'm filling them up. No, instead of doing what I was doing before, which is, y'all don't even want to know. But I didn't have all of the capital at that time to order all of that stuff, because I'm in the place of doing this restock. So I was able to put that on the line of credit with Uline and pay them in 30 days. And some accounts actually have net 60, where they'll give you 60 days to pay. So those are the big accounts that you want to have as a business, because when it comes,
and so anybody can get those. You just need like an LLC, or what's the situation?
Yes, you need an LLC. Go ahead and get that situated, because they are going to ask you for that information. And I say that's probably the first step whenever you're doing, even if you don't have all of the kinks worked out as far as your business yet, like having everything that you need to start, get that LLC out there.
I don't know what's going on.
So you can start applying for business credit or getting those accounts. My dog is sitting in front of me.
Nothing's wrong. It's just my dog. He never wants to. He never.
He want to get on live.
He doesn't like to look at the camera, but this is him. Cute. He's getting a haircut tomorrow, y'all. Don't judge my doggy.
I'm a Sam.
Okay, so
hey,
Sammy So.
Yes, sorry.
So we have that piece that was like definitely needed that. I think the one last piece that we wanted to discuss on this is where you mentioned about having insurance for shipping, and you ship only a certain way every time because of your experiences. So let's start off with the nasty, with the crazy, and like how you learned this lesson, and then you can tell us what you have done to mitigate that.
I have 2 stories. One of them, I had a guest that a customer that ordered like $75 worth of product. Sent it to her, never got it, because she always has issues with her shipping. So because she already spent money with me, I had to fulfill that order. So I shipped priority mail. And because I shipped priority mail, I was able to get a check back from the postal office for $50. So I was only out of pocket an extra $25. Without having that insurance, I would have been out a complete $75 plus the new shipping prices for the reimbursement of the product. The second horror story, which was horrible. I actually had an event all the way in Detroit. I don't know if you guys, anybody was on here was following me at the time, but I shipped all of my products down there. Well, one case of body oils arrived completely broken, never made it to the table. The other box had my shampoo and conditioner in it. They could not find it.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was one more that arrived, and half the package was broken and half was okay. So already before my event even started, I was already in the hole. But thank God that I purchased extra insurance, because with priority mail, you automatically get $50 that comes with it. If you want
you said
more,
and had the
you
proof, so you
can
kept
add
that
more.
receipt.
Thank God, and it doesn't cost much, y'all. It don't cost much to save your life, because I was able to get my money back. But I was about to be out of almost $300 worth of inventory that I was not able to sell, that was broken. But because I paid for that extra insurance and had the proof, I got a check for what I lost. You have to, oh my God, that's another thing. It's not just about the receipt. As soon as you get the box and it's messed up, you have to physically take it to USPS. They don't want pictures. They're going to ask you for pictures online, but when it's that much of an amount that you're asking back, I think once it gets over $75, they want to see in person to make sure that this is what you're saying it is, because there's a lot of fraud that happens with USPS. So they want to physically see it, because one of them, they didn't want to give me my money back because I had the pictures, but I said this box is soaking wet. How was I supposed to bring it to y'all? They wouldn't give me my money back on that one. But because I had my insurance, I got my money back.
Wow. Wow, somebody in Georgia is getting some good juju. So we have a comment from my mother, Miss Gervais. She says thanks for the tip. She says wow, and she was like, right, girl. Yes, I love priority mail. Swing my hair. Yes.
Adjusting for product that's lost in the mail, and product get lost in the mail every day. I got a $200 crystal that I'm still waiting on, that this boy about to have to send me another one because it never arrived. The tracking just says that it's sitting in Georgia. Man, what?
Okay, well, we can just do the next part. We have it. We went all the way from the rooter to the tutor. We went from like website, labels, containers, exploding gel. We're actually shipping with insurance. We got labels on all type of different areas. So I feel like that's the gist of things, or where you probably things we're gonna forget. But I would love to do another one on like what you've learned, and any questions that come in after this in the replay, I will ask her that next week. And any ones that came into my stories, I'm so sorry. I will ask those next week too, because I like totally spaced and did not do that. My mom wants to tell you that you should bring it in the trash bag next time something happens. Your package. Yes. Well, in the beginning, I think you definitely need a PO box, but in the beginning, y'all, if you are really just selling to the homies, your mama's friends.
P.O. box.
You know, it's cool.
Y'all
don't need a P.O. box to start. Your mama's friend's not gonna show up at your door. But that is a really good tip if you're doing your first launch or your restock or however you're doing it to like if you're putting marketing behind it, you're pushing it like you know it's gonna be people outside of your network. The P.O. box is a give like a do it. So how much is a P.O. box?
So we ain't gotta worry about no crazies popping up. And just know if y'all do.
It's free. A P.O. box is free.
Y'all, but you know.
It sounds free.
P.O. boxes.
$30 for 3 months. That's free enough for me. I thought you were about to say, I thought it's $100. My mom said $40 a year in Ohio.
I pay every 3 months. I pay $30. How? I was about to say that ain't free. Sure, because every 3 months, how many months in a year? Listen, let me tell you something. I've been in.
That's how it is in Jersey too.
Let me tell you, I'm tired of finding out about what's going on at home now that I didn't move. Do you know that they only gotta pay for their LLC? They only gotta do it one time. In Florida, you gotta renew this thing every year, and if you don't, they charge
you get to have those fees because you pay for the sun
for not renewing. In
okay,
Ohio,
all right.
You pay for your LLC one time.
$40. My mom says $40 every 6 months, but that's still, Mom. That's still like that's for the free almost. What's that? That's for the free. That's like $7 a month. Like it's no excuse. All right, guys. So if you have more information that you want to get from Serina, let us know. But other than that, how are things going, boo? Where are you at in shipping? I see that you are not in your normal fancy schmancy. Okay, well, I hope I was in there because, you know,
Listen, y'all want to know what it takes to like a product? This. Right here. Y'all know I'm usually cute.
Or she will fight you. How about that? How about, because these flights is cheap. I will show up.
I'm all right.
These flights is cheap.
The sales is still coming.
Period.
Yes, I literally talked about you earlier. I said I was literally.
Go ahead, boo.
Too, so I got you, sis. And that's on period. Hold on. This says UPS, you can get a P.O. box with a physical address. If you have mailing lists, physical addresses are often required. Yes, they did tell me that at the post office. The guy told me if I wanted to add that, I could. But ain't nobody going to be. Oh, that might be another topic. Actually, Matrix kind of found me. I was randomly working in Cosmoprof, and one of their territory managers was in there, overheard me talking, and asked me if I wanted to be an educator. And the rest is history.
Can we talk about how we can talk about that because she's really a boss in these streets. She really is, in many really different facets. So you are, you know, wearing hats, and she's a hairstylist, and she's just slicking them edges down and hopping on and getting stuff done. So you cute today still. What you talking about?
Facts. Let me not say that. Normally,
your skin look real smooth.
Just me. That's the Highly Textured girl.
I set that up for you. I set that up for you.
Okay.
I'll take the assist on that one. You know me.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just drop this seed here that I may or may not have wanted to interview you for self-serving reasons. That's all. That's all. If you wanted to know marketing stuff, because Serina knows me very well, and that I love my credit. So Serina does call me and ask me questions, and we talk and we come up with ideas together, and we do things like that, which is why we're even sitting here, because this is our life. This is our conversations. We just moved them onto live. So if you're looking for anything like that, I want you guys to go to taviusanderson.com/tools, and you get all the marketing tools. You can find the Canva links. I think there might be like a discount on there, like a free trial situation. If you want, I use WordPress, you use Wix, but I have promo codes there where you can get the 60% off and all the good stuff, get the deals, got all them links for you. And if you are looking for any hair products, you get whatever's left. I mean, like she said, like she did one big batch of everything and get it while you can. She's still shipping. So you go to highlytextured.com or follow her at Highly Textured on Instagram. And I believe you're on Facebook. Did I make that up? Designs of Composure on Facebook?
We are, but we have to update that. Yes, I have to update. Highly, thank you for reminding me. I have to do that tonight.
Connect your Instagram and your Facebook so it auto posts there. That would be nice.
I have that. It's more so the plugging. Wix has an option for you to plug in your
that's another level. You made it seem like you just had a dead Facebook. That's a whole nother level. We can talk about that. So thank you so much. I do agree. She is fabulous. And I want to thank you, Serina Renee. Apparently that's her name now.
Listen. Don't try to act like that ain't been my middle name for my whole life. I just started embracing it. That's
whatever. It'd be like that. Yeah. So we will see you guys next week, same time, same place, 5:30 every Monday. And ask your questions, girls and guys. We'll be here. See you next week. Bye-bye.